think that'll work. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me get this fixed with the camera. Ugh. That's a little too close. Okay. Okay. I think that'll work. I think that'll work. Oh, let's get that over here. Let's move that this way. All right. Okay. Yeah, I think that'll work. What y'all think? Okay. I'm not feeling this little wrinkle right here. Ah, the joys of life. Hey, beauty baby, it's your girl, and yeah, y'all, I'm back again. It's my second live Get Ready With Me retro series. As I promised, I would be doing more of them, and here I am again. And what I did since the last video, which actually did pretty well, and you guys really like that, is that I asked you on Instagram and Snapchat as well, which older palettes do you have that you'd like to see me use in my retro series? So many of you did reply to that question. And so I'm going to go with one of the requests that was made by one of you beauty babies, and that was to use the Tartiest Pro palette. I can't remember when this came out. It wasn't last year. I believe it was the year before. And this is what it looks like. It's quite a gorgeous palette. It has, and please excuse the glaring from the lighting. My lighting situation when I'm doing tutorials is in a different area from my hauls and review station, so the lighting is a little bit different. So it has all mattes here, and then a row of shimmer shades, and it's a very versatile palette. It's built in a sturdy construction. It's great for travel. It's got this awesome huge mirror. It's just very substantial. And if I remember correctly, it wasn't super expensive. It was like maybe in the $50 range. And for all of the shadows that you get, it's really a great palette. You can do looks by row. You can go by row and do a looks, or you can mix everything up. You can definitely do mattes, all mattes. You can do naturals, whatever you want to do, you can pretty much do with this palette. It's even got that quintessential black in it. So it's a really great palette. And this is the issue that I have with myself being a makeup enthusiast, is that we tend to gather these palettes because we love makeup so much, and then the great palettes that we have don't really get the use that they deserve because we're on to the next palette, which is the whole purpose of me doing this retro series, is to get us back into our makeup, use that makeup before we go and purchase other items. Let's use what we have, because some of the stuff we have is really great. Okay. And this is a perfect example of that. So I wanted to do something very springy. I'm that type of girl that likes to match her makeup with her clothes and stuff. Yeah, I'm one of those kind of people. So I wanted to go with something on the yellow gold side. If you hear little footsteps, that's my dog Zora. She just entered into the room because I didn't close the door good enough. So that's her coming in and out. So I want to do something on the yellow side. So we won't just be using this palette. We'll be using some other eye things as well. The new ColourPop Jelly Much shadows, I'll be trying to incorporate those. Or we may be using some liquid eyeshadows like I did before, but this is from a different company, from Nicka K. So we'll just see how it goes, okay? So since this is Get Ready With Me, I'm actually showing you guys my skincare routine as well, because this is a Get Ready With Me video and it's live. So the only thing you won't see is me wash my face, and I think I may try to incorporate that into the next one so that you see what I do. I was watching earlier today a video, and I'm so bad, y'all, with because I've never seen this lady before, but she does skincare. She's like a skincare expert, and what she does is that she watches other people's skincare routines and then she reacts to them. And she did a video of, okay, I just was talking and not showing you what I'm doing. This is the Equate, which is the Walmart brand version of Seabreeze. This is the sensitive skin one, toner. And then I put that in the center. I don't know if you can see it. See the blue right there in the center? And then on the outside, I use Witch Hazel. Okay. So back to what I was talking about. She uses she watches other people's skincare routines and then she reacts to them. Okay. So she was reviewing Jackie Ina's skincare routine. And that's why I clicked on it, because I saw Jackie Ina's name. And it was a really, really good video. If you watch Jackie Ina, you will be pleased to know that the lady pretty much agreed with everything that Jackie did in her skincare routine. So that says a lot about Jackie Ina. Sometimes people, they don't understand, because they're not doing it, just how involved. And you have to excuse me if I'm not always looking at the lens, because I'm using the camera as a mirror as well. If I look down, there's a mirror here, and if I'm looking over, it's because I'm looking at myself in the camera. We don't always understand just how much work goes into creating good content, not crappy content. I'm not talking about just picking up your camera and talking off the top of your head without planning what you're gonna do. I'm not talking about that, by the seat of your pants, off the cuff stuff. It depends on what you're trying to go with your channel. You could have a channel where your content is just you espousing off the top of your head, and that could work. That could definitely work. But for beauty channels, which are heavily product driven, you have to put in work if you want to create a channel that's really good, if you want to be informative and really help people. There's a lot of junk channels where people are just showing you something and telling you how much they really, really, really liked it. Oh, I loved it. I'm obsessed. That's the word that you hear all the time. I'm so obsessed. And it's like, well, could you tell us why? I just really, really, they don't really have anything to offer, and so when you see a channel that is so informative, where you have an individual that is going through these great lengths to share information with you, and then you find out a professional views what they've done and says, hey, this is really great. I agree with 90% of what she's doing and showing you. This is what I talk to you guys about all the time. It was so good to see that, because then it was like, all right, well, good, I'm good. So if I want to really follow what Jackie Anna's doing. Here is someone giving them a professional person giving them that stamp of approval regarding her skincare. So it was really interesting to see. I didn't get to see the whole video because something weird happened with my camera, with my phone. But I will get back to it. But if you look up, if you just type in "I react to Jackie Aina's skincare routine," it should pop up. Because I think she's the only person that really does videos like that. So now that I've toned my skin, I'm gonna put on a serum today. I don't always do this. Um, Most times I do it after I use my clay mask, but I'm gonna put it on today. This is the Estee Lauder New Dimension and Shape and Fill Serum. You're supposed to put it on. You're supposed to be careful of the eyes. That's why I'm not getting too close to the eyes. You're supposed to put it on after you've cleansed. And before you put on more moisturizer. I do have something else from Estee Lauder, and it's their the night serum. Blessings to you, whoever that was just now. You typed something. I didn't catch your name. I'm sorry because my camera's a little elevated and kind of far away. So please forgive me if I didn't catch your name. But blessings to you also. I know many of you are at work, and I understand. And some of you on break or you got to go back to work. I know that. But these lives get posted on my channel, so no worries. All right. So got the serum on. Now we will use our Rose Sense water. Rose water. This is from a company. Love this stuff. It's from a company in Turkey. When I get my online store up and running, I do plan on offering that product. But until then, you can get it on eBay. Actually, I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't fan. And usually I don't fan. That was just a habit. That's just something I just did because I'm live. You know, sometimes when you live, you do something off that you don't always do because you're distracted and you're talking or whatever. But usually I just spray it. And Wanda Young, blessings. Vera Mora, hello. So that's just something I just do. So now to the moisturizer. Right now I love to use the Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Lotion. I use 2 squirts. This is not all that I use. I also use a oil, an argan oil. Sal Brasileira. Are you speaking Spanish or is that Portuguese? I do understand a little bit of Spanish because I'm half Panamanian, but you might be speaking Portuguese. This is by Josie Moran. This is her pure argan oil. I love this stuff. I use 4 drops. This argan oil really changed my skin. It just, I used to have a super oily T-zone. I still do have an oily T-zone, but nowhere near. And just the texture of my skin. I do circles in the crow's feet area and just use with the index finger very gently. I'm doing this very gently. And then the rest I put on my face. I don't put any on my nose though. Quiera conversar con voce. Oh, you are speaking Spanish. You want to have a conversation with me about my voice? You want to speak with me? Is that what you're saying? I think that's what you may be saying. And I always just bring it down. Okay. And that's it. That's it. I will probably incorporate some SPF because it's sunny outside, but I have to be careful with SPF. Normally it breaks me out. So this has SPF in it. This is by It Cosmetics. It's called number 50. It is also a serum and a collagen veil, an anti-aging primer. It's very pricey, so you're only gonna see me use a little tiny bit of it, and just in these places. That's it. So I only got a little bit. That stuff is $50. It is chock full of a lot of different kinds of peptides. Um, it's a great product. It's just, I don't want to pay $50 for this little bottle, you know, because you're gonna go through it. It's only 1 fluid ounce, and you're gonna use it every day and go through it. I still have at least half the bottle left because I don't use it on my whole face. All right. So foundation, I said to myself, let's retro on the foundation as well. We're not going to use anything new because why not? This is retro series. So I'm going to go to the Bobbi Brown Skin Foundation. And this has SPF in it too, 15. I have 2 different colors because I bought this at a CCO store. It's called the Cosmetic Company. They will sell a lot of name brand makeup that is being discontinued. So you get it at a discounted price. And the time I happened to have gotten this, which it had to be, I think it was in 2017, right around my husband's and I anniversary, our 30th, not our 30th, our oh my God, when did we get married? In 2016. So this is going to be 3 years. Yes, our 3-year anniversary is coming up on April 30th. Yay! So I bought this during that time, and they didn't have my exact skin match, but I can make it happen with these two. So this is in the color Warm Honey, and then this is the color Chestnut. Okay, so we're gonna mix up a little concoction on my mirror. I know it looks dirty, but it's just streaky. It's not dirty. I always clean it every time after every use. And I shook these up. This Bobbi Brown formula is very liquidy. Look. That just, okay. That was 1 pump. And 1 pump of this. I doubt that's going to be enough. And you know what I did not do? Which is really bad of me. I didn't wet my makeup sponge. So what we're going to do is use a brush. Hold on a second. I'm going to use one of these clean makeup brushes. Let's use this one. And hopefully it won't soak up all of the product. Oh gosh, look at the This is a Coastal Scents brush. You guys remember Coastal Scents? You want to talk about retro. That's retro. They're still in business, you know. They are still in business. And I'm almost like, since this is so liquidy, is using this brush a really good idea? But I want the most coverage I can get from this. So I think I will use the brush. Okay. Also, because it's got this liquid thing going on, I'm just going to apply a little bit of powder to my face. I'm going to press in a little bit of the RCMA powder. Okay, well, we're going to prime our face first with the Smashbox Primer Water, and then I'll do that. This creates a nice sticky base. This primer water is really great. And now for the RCMA, I'm going to get my puff, which should be right here. We go. Get my makeup puff. And just pressing it in. Especially the areas that get really oily. I was trying to use my little reserve batch. And this is good to do if you're going outside and you have oily skin. This is good to know. Okay, so now that we've done that, let's go ahead and I'm going to do just a little bit of color correction because I've had the past couple of days been sleeping rather erratically. This is the HD color corrector by Black Radiance. I want to say this is in the color orange. And I say that because Black Radiance has this bad habit of not putting the colors on their packaging. They put it on the plastic wrapper, which helps no one. No one. And I've told them about this. I have communicated this to them. And Wet n Wild is their sister company, and they don't do that. So that's why I'm at this loss as to why this is being done by Black Radiance. Okay, I'm going to wet my makeup sponge. Okay. Oh, boy. All right. That's just to blend this in. Also, my makeup technique for applying makeup has changed so much over the years. I've gone back and looked at my older videos and I'm just like, oh, you know, I should start doing that again. And why did I ever stop? Okay, so we're going to put the chestnut on the face. You know, I've seen people that like they pour foundation on the brush. I don't know. I just never got into that. Really, truthfully. Look how dark that is. Too dark. Don't worry, it's going to be okay. I promise we will make it work. Don't worry. We will make it work. We will make it work. All right. I'm going to spray my brush with a little bit of setting spray. Well, let me use a little bit of this rose scent stuff. It's just something I like to do. Setting spray is good too. I think I use some of the primer water. Okay. That chestnut is so red. Oh my God. But it's so pretty. And this foundation is so skin-like. If you have like a lot of blemishes and stuff, if you want to wear this foundation, you need to get a good opaque color corrector. Because see how you can still a little bit see that. Because you're not going to get full coverage from there. Bobbi Brown is not known for full coverage. The only reason why I even wanted to try this foundation is because Makeup Shayla used to wear it a lot. I do like that. We're going to put a little bit of gold back into some places. I like it. I need a little bit more. Actually, I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna stop right there because I have enough, and I'm gonna use concealer, so I don't need to get it perfect. But I think that'll work. It is deeper than down here, but I think it'll work. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so concealer, we're gonna go with something on the yellow side, mixed with a little bit of warm tan. So I'm gonna go with the Elf Camo Concealer in Deep Olive, and I'm going to mix it with the Warm Tan by Milani. Okay. Only because we've got so much deepness going on. We want to balance it out. And you know, I'm only going to do but so much. Okay. Makeup sponge. Do you see how much that product spread out on my face? And I did not put a lot. Okay. So imagine when you see people and they're spreading it out, but so much of it is still sitting on their skin. And the camera makes it look really, really good. That Camo concealer is very thick. The Milani ones are very good, well pigmented. They cover really well. You don't need a lot. Okay, so that's why I didn't go back in with more foundation and try to make it perfect because I knew I was going to do this. And you notice how I didn't put any here or here? I just used what was left on here to do that. You don't have to do that. When you do that, it just, I don't know. We can go with less. Try the less first. And if it's not enough for you, then put more. But don't, just because you see it's being done doesn't mean that it has to be done that way. The same thing for my videos too. Just because you see me doing it doesn't mean you have to do it that way either. But I'm just encouraging you to try less first and then build. You may not even need to put that there. Okay? Sometimes we do it because we see other people do it. We think, oh, it's supposed to be that way. It doesn't have to. You don't have to do it like that. Um, and I used to just, back in the day, your girl was just powder and concealer only. And I used to just, the powder, I used to use powder like crazy. And I would get that same kind of look. So I'm really liking this. I'm liking it a lot. And we're just going to go ahead and set. I'm going to use my custom um, setting powder blend that I make myself using Ben Nye's Dolce. I also use, I want to make sure I show it to you because I didn't show it last time, Danessa Myricks Evolution Powder. This is in the number 3, her Evolution Powder in the number 3. And I use Laura Mercier's Medium Deep Translucent Powder. All 3 of those are mixed into this. And they give me this really rich golden color that I have yet to see, you know, anybody else really have. And you can do the same thing. Okay, so we're just gonna set under the eye and around the nose area. Really pushing the powder in. Because again, this is a very skin-like formula. All right. Now we're going to dust away any excess that there may be with this Real Techniques brush. And we're also blending in the powder so you don't get any demarcation lines. That is looking nice, y'all. That powder just kind of brought it back together. That's why I love that blend. And you know, you keep looking for something that's going to do that, that's the right color, that's going to give you that, because it's a substantial powder mix. So you saw when I placed it, and I didn't put an extreme amount, but when I placed it, you saw coverage and the blurring effect, the seamlessness, all in that one application. And that's because I mixed various powders together, which they have their own properties, but when you put them together, you get the best of everything, of all of those powders all in one punch. Love it, love it, love it. I would suggest you do that. If you have powders you like, go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and contour. Black Radiance True Complexion Contour Palette. This is the new dark one. It's called Dark to Deep. And we're going to be using the Sculpt color. I think I will use a little bronzer today just to show you guys what I consider bronzing. So you're going to start back here and you're going to make sweeping motions upward and bring it down. You can make a fishy face, or you can just do what I do. I actually do like this. And I'm doing that so I can stay on the high point of my face, stay up and not bring it down here. Okay, I stay on the high point of my face. It's kind of easier for me to see the line that way. I'm not going to bring this around here because I'm going to use bronzer, but we are going to use it down here. Get rid of that extra chin. Ooh, this stuff is pigmented. You have to be careful when that brush touches your face, that first initial swipe of the brush. And you see how right here it's coming down a little bit below that high point. This one is much better, but this one is coming down a little bit, and we're gonna clean that up with a different powder. All right, so let's clean that up. Again, we're gonna use another Black Radiance powder. This is their loose powder in the color Honeymoon. And that's what it looks like. Oh, you know what? I don't want to do that. I'll change my mind. I want to use my Laura Mercier powder, medium deep, which looks like that. And again, I'm going to use the end of this, and I'm going to just come right underneath the bottom. You don't want to cover what you did, but you want to come right onto the edge of it. And just bring a straight line down and around. Not down this way, but almost like towards the point of your mouth right here. Again, we're at the bottom edge. We don't want to cover what we did. And then dragging it towards the corner. And really, the placement of that is also subjective to your face shape. If you're doing it and you're like, I'm doing it, but my face doesn't look like hers, you might have a different face shape. So that's another thing you want to do too. If you're trying to learn makeup by, let's contour the nose real quick. I'm just going to use the same brush. I'm not going to put anything on it. I'm going to use what's already on it. You're just going up, and I'm hitting this inner part of my eye. So I'm actually tilting the brush this way, and I'm following this curve that you see. Let's go. Now, I didn't put anything on my brush because I remember what happened last time. It was just too much. Okay, so yeah, so what I was saying about face shapes, you may be watching somebody whose face shape is totally different from yours. So when you're doing the things that they're doing, it's not coming out exactly the same because your face shape is different. So you want to try to look for someone with the same face shape or similar face shape. Okay, this is the MAC Cosmetics Give Me Sun, and I'm using a big powder brush, just touching a few times and tapping it off, and then I'm going to use circular motions. we're just doing that just to take away the demarcation, okay? So you still have a clean edge, but it's not super sharp, okay? And it looks like it belongs. Huh? Okay, okay. All right. Okay, so I said I was going to show you guys bronzer, right? Okay. Now, I know this is a big thing with bronzers. Fenty Beauty came out with the bronzer. There's also this other company called Prime Beauty that has a lot of nice bronzers for people of color. And then you just, bronzer in general is just trendy. It's summertime. Everybody wants to look warm. They want to look sun-kissed, okay? Me, I made my own bronzer because I was tired of waiting on a company to make one for my complexion. So I just made my own. I used a couple of different loose powders that I already had in my collection that were a little darker than my skin color. And I mixed a few of them together. And then I used, because I like to have a little, just a little bit of glow, I used a loose Artist Couture highlight, which is the LeBron's by Jackie Aina. I used that to give me the shimmer. You don't have to use that. I have a good suggestion. The especially if you're in a budget, the Color Pop Poise from Makeup Shayla's collection, if it's still available, would make a great shimmer to put in your bronzer concoction. So we're gonna do that. I put it inside of an old Bare Minerals casing that still had the thing on the top. So I'm gonna get my little brush, and I would suggest using a nice fluffy brush like this. I know I have another one of these fluffy brushes somewhere. This will probably work good too. But I think I rather like this one better. This already had bronzer on it. I have a million brushes. I don't know why I always do this. I'm just a creature of habit. Okay, so you're just gonna touch it in to the powder. Tap it off. See how you can see some on there? So if you can see it, that means you got a good bit. So I'm gonna tap it a little bit. According to It's Crystal, she's one of the professional makeup artists on YouTube that I like to watch. She is a bona fide professional. She was explaining that bronzer can be used in a lot of different ways. It doesn't just have to go here, okay, and here. It can be used to warm the cheeks or the face so you can bring it in. And I would add to that, it depends on also the color of the bronzer that you're using. Is it more on the red side? Is it more towards the warm golden side? You want to be careful because you don't want to apply it and you apply it too heavily and it looks like you got punched, under your eye. So you just want to be careful when you apply it. It should be a light, just touch of color. And let's see if I can pull this off, okay? You see that little bit of extra warmth right here? Do you see that? Okay. All right, we're going for the other side. I'm dipping it back into my concoction. As my girl Elise Berlin says, a concoction. She's also Panamanian, but she full Panamanian. I'm just half. Okay, we're going on this side. Ready? You really want to do that. You really want to be light and kind of artsy fartsy. Can you see it? It's not supposed to knock you over, okay? It's supposed to be a hint of warmth. And it's not supposed to be contour, it's supposed to go above and around those places that you want it to look like you are just lazily frolicking in the beaches of Panama or the beaches of the Bahamas. So yeah, artsy fartsy with the brush. I'm liking that. I'm looking down at my mirror right here. Yeah, that's very nice. Do you see it? And you see the shimmer, the glow. You see the glow? That's from the mixing that Artist Couture highlight in. You see that, right? Y'all, you can make your own bronzer. Don't you let these companies stress you out. Make your own. If you've been collecting enough stuff, which I know you have, if you like powders and you know you got some powders lying around that might have been too dark for you, or you might have thought, oh, maybe I could use it as a contour, but it's not quite dark enough. You may be able to mix that with a couple of other ones, put you a little shimmer. Voila, honey. Okay. Okay, so that's bronzer. And let's see, do we want to do a little highlight right now? Let's move on. Let's just move on. Okay. Because we could get stuck on the other stuff for a minute. All right. Let's move on to the brows really quickly. And what do we know about y'all? She's not a brow queen. So if you having trouble with your brows, you just don't know what to do, what I do or don't do may be helpful for you. Because you may be like, okay, I don't have to get kind of crazy with it. There's another um makeup artist. She's a beauty influencer. I think her name is Queenie Rosen something. I gotta get better with these names. And she does her eyebrows with just an eyebrow pencil, and that's it. She doesn't use brow gel. And you don't have to. You really, really don't. So I brushed my brows first because I have weird eyebrows. We call them the Leon eyebrows in my family, where they just kind of, the ends, this part, just, they do like this and then they go. But the hair is going up. It doesn't nicely come down like other people's hairs. So I have to create the illusion of that. And this pencil that I'm using is by LA Girl Cosmetics. It's the Slim Shady pencil in Blackest Brown. And I really like it. I was using the It Cosmetics brow pencil for a long time. And I didn't realize how much I was missing out on having a better color. I do have to pay more attention because the pencil tip is a lot finer. And your brows do not have to match completely. They say your brows are sisters, not twins. Some people just had that thing. I saw this one girl on Instagram. She had like her face mapped out like a geographical grid. And I was like, I don't have the time. I just don't have the time. I just don't. So I'm going back in and brushing at the bottom to get that harsh line. Pretty much. Okay, now some cleanup under the brows, and that's when they really get nice and fancy when you clean up. I don't do over the eye, I just do under. I think if you, I don't know, sometimes when I see like a super clean, super clean brow, it gives the brow like this kind of sharpness, crispiness that is unfamiliar to me. So this part I try to blend as much as I can. But when you clean up, it is going to really help the overall look of the brow. You don't have to put a lot here. You saw I just put that little bit, and you pretty much want to blend away as much as you can. Okay, now I'm gonna set what I just did to again blur away that crispy edge. So I'm gonna use the pressed powder by ColourPop. This is in the color dark, and this is just a slanted kind of brush. And we're just gonna stamp it underneath that. That mutes the color of the cleanup, and it blurs those edges. Okay, you still got a clean under eye. It's just not super sharp anymore. Now I'm gonna put my eyeshadow base so we can get cracking on this eyeshadow look. Now it doesn't take me this long to get ready because I'm just putting on makeup. I ain't talking to the camera. But these are get ready with me so that you can do it along with me or do whatever makeup you're doing along. This is another slanted makeup brush. It's like chiseled just to help me spread this out. And that was the Studio Pro concealer. This is what I'm using on my eyelids. It's in the color 117. It's a great eyeshadow base, and it's also a great concealer, and they're not expensive. So if you haven't picked one of these up and you don't have the money for the P. Louise, please try this before you go and buy that. You may like it and not even need the other one. I don't have the P. Louise base, and I don't plan on purchasing it because I'm pretty happy with this. Okay. Your girl gets wrinkles on her eyelids, so we're gonna quickly try to set that with some Laura Mercier powder. That we just press in on the eye. All right. And if you feel like it's too much, you can dust away with some powder. All right, so we're using the Tartiest Pro today, and we're trying to go with a very light, sort of almost yellowish kind of eye. So let's go ahead and lay down some transitional color first. You want to get the fluffiest brush you have that's small enough that you can control it, but it's still fluffy. A lot of people use white hair brushes. I see that a lot. But my favorite. Okay, so let's go with, let's see. I want to start off a little bit on the lighter side and then work my way down. So we're going to use this bottom one. The name is called Bold. You're just going to tap your brush in there. And you're just going to swirl it around. You don't have to be super precise with your transitional color. Okay. Now we're going to go to this color. It's called Innocent. Same brush. And we're a little bit lower. And we're doing circular motions just a little bit lower than where we placed the first color. And I know you're like, I don't see anything. That's the idea. It's the idea for me anyway. With the transitional color, it doesn't always have to be seen. It's that color that helps you ease from one place to another. It's helping you make a transition. Okay. I'm gonna wipe my brush off. Same brush. I'm going into the color next to that one. It's called Whimsy. And it's like it's got some orange in it, but it's very warm. It's kind of muted. I'm gonna be careful. Maybe I should have switched brushes, but I'm gonna try this first. Yeah, that's okay. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use one of my Coastal Scents brushes that I love so much. This is that BRC SO6 brush that's wide, but it also has this fluffiness at the end, and it's got a little bit of a dome tip. Very unique brush. I'm going to go back to Innocent, and I'm going to go on the outer edge right here. And just blend that outer edge. Even though it's not really sharp, but it's just bothering me. Okay. Now I'm gonna go in with a deeper brown. We're gonna go to the bottom. Let's get rid of this color over here. Okay. With Edgy, we're gonna go to Edgy. Well, should we? No, let's use Smoked. Let's use Smoked, which is right here. You see that? There we go. Down here, right underneath the crease, and over. Okay, it's not really spreading across like I want it to. I mean, it is really not moving. Ooh, I don't like that. I can't tell. Something's telling me it's my brush. Let me switch brushes. Yeah, it was the brush. We're just using circular motions. Drag that color across. Keep it blended right under the crease. Okay? Oh my gosh. Maybe it's the color. Do you see what it did up here? gosh. I'm doing circles right here because I open my eye and the color transferred up. I can't tell if it's the shadow or it's my brush that's causing that skipping. Hmm. I am not feeling that color. That was smoked. I did not like that one at all. I mean, at all. I'm going back in with Whimsy on this brush right here. And we're just going on the outer edges because I'm just not really liking what that brown was doing. Y'all, Tart trying to take me through it, y'all. What is going on, Tart? I'm going back to Innocent. I'm using this brush right here. Yes. Hey, Shirley. Okay, so I'm not really feeling that smoked, that color called smoke, that deep brown. It gave me a hard time, and it really shouldn't be that hard to apply your matte shadows. If you're finding you having to do exactly what I had to do, might not be the best type of shadow for you. You know, some people don't mind having to build thing, and I like to blend and build, but I want, if I'm dragging my brush across, I expect the shadow to move and not to stick and skip like um that color did. The other ones did great, but that color was a pain in the butt. So we're gonna move on now, and I'm going to incorporate some of these jelly shadows. This is the color Short Circuit. This is the Jelly Mutt Shadow by ColourPop. Oh, it might help if I take the little cap thing off, right? That's what it looks like. Isn't that pretty? So let's see how this looks. These are so super intense. And no, I'm not about to use my finger. No, ma'am. I just, if If you see me using my fingers, because I really have to, because I just don't like stuff all over my fingers. I'm going to use this flat brush. This is a Shop Missa brush, so it only costs $1. And we're just going to go on this cap top right. Oh, that looks dry. Oh, no. Oh, there we go. That's much better. All right, y'all. Let's see what happens. So pretty. Now, I like to go over the place where my eyelid goes in. So I'm going to bring that up some. You know what I'm talking about? This crease part. I like to go over it. This is about as close to a cut crease you're going to ever see me do. I'm trying to bring it up. It's still not up high enough. It's like almost there. There we go. That's the ticket. Okay. This is very pretty. They're not as shiny as a liquid glitter eyeshadow, but they're very intense. Do you see how well you can see that? I'm messing with my light right here. That's nice. I always like to work the shadow in a little diagonal right here. It just looks more natural to me. Now, you don't want to have a whole lot. You see how much that is right there? So you can scrape some off the edge. And you just look at it to make sure you have an even amount on the brush. And start from the middle and go over and drag it up. Now this eye is not going to be as pretty as the other eye because it's just the nature of things. One of my eyes is always better than the other. And the other thing I can say about these is that the Jelly Much shadow, it dries and it stays put. So you want to move as quickly as you can to spread it around and blend it out. Yeah. Okay. That's really pretty. Look at that. That's so nice. Okay. So, hmm. We can go an extra step and we can use the origami. Remember I said I wanted to do like a yellow kind of look with incorporating yellow. So we are going to go with the origami. That's how it looks. So pretty. Oh my god. We're going to clean off as much as this of this other color off as we can. And now we're going in with the origami. It doesn't seem as liquidy as the other one did. I hope it ain't drying out because I will be upset. Yeah, oh yeah, it looks like it's drying out, trying to dry out. Oh no. And this is the color I really, really like. So that's a con for these, that they dry out. Because this sucker right here is not like the other one. Let's see how it applies. I'm gonna be so mad if this dried out. I might not buy any more of these. I was gonna buy a lot more of these, but since this is doing that, oh my god. Oh. Oh. Oh, do you see that? It's so pretty. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, y'all. I am like officially geeking out. Okay, now these, okay, this, I didn't say this earlier, but this is definitely not a beginner. The first part with the foundation and stuff, as a beginner, you could follow. But this part I'm doing right here, yeah, you gotta really concentrate, do small strokes. And I actually am dragging across. And I done already messed up this eye. Already. I think it's fixable though. It's so freaking pretty, I don't even care. Oh my god, that is ridiculous. It is ridiculously gorgeous. Ridiculous. Like, that makes no sense how freaking pretty that is. So we're going to go back to short circuit. And I'm going to do something a little weird. I'm going to see if I can pull it off. You know, because sometimes the things we have in our mind, we can't always achieve. I can't get up. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to the origami. There's one thing I can say: when you have something as pigmented as this, look, I'm getting it all over my fingers. Oh my God. Hold on. It's all over my hand. That's all I need to do is touch somewhere on my face and that gold will be on there. When you're doing something you have something that's as pigmented as this, you want to take your time and get it right. Hey, hey, ho, hey, ho. Yo, this is on some type. What? My Lord. That's all I can say. You know, sometimes you just get that. I got that feeling. I'm making you do your dance. Okay, we're gonna go back to the Tartiest Pro right now, and we're gonna hit this. We're gonna hit this color called Ethereal and go under the eye. It looks a little weird. Now I'm gonna go on top of that with Minx, this maroon kind of color. I actually think that'll work. Okay. Now for this under eye. We're going back to Whimsy with the small dome brush. Okay. Now we're gonna, oh, I missed that person that just said something. They just flash and then they go away and I have no, okay. I'm on my lunch break. Oh, hey, cuz, how you doing? Thank you. Yes, Shirley, the pigmentation is crazy on those jelly much. It's just that that origami started drying out, so I'm kind of like, do I want to get some more? I don't know, but they are beautiful. Um, and what you see right here, because the lights are bright, maybe the pictures you'll see even more how they look. Okay, so we're gonna go in with I don't want to go in with that smoked color because it's just so, well, let's try to, just to fix the edge. I'm using smoke. I know I hate it, but I just got to bring it in a little bit. Mm-mm. Okay. All right. Okay. All right now. And then I'm gonna be crazy. Y'all know how I do. I'm gonna be extra, and I'm gonna use this color Glam and put it on the inner tear duct. It actually works too. Oh my goodness. Didn't I do baps in the last one? That's what I feel like right now. Okay, so wow. Can we say wow? Let's just appreciate for just let that on sink on in. Okay, so then you have this conversation with yourself. Okay, should I wing it? Should I leave it? You know, it's gorgeous just how it is, or do I want to add the element of a wing to it? Or what I want to do. So, um, you ordered the Juvia's Place palette? Good. Yeah, they do have that fantastic sale. So I think what we're gonna do, there's so many different things we could do here. We could go with a dark color. We could go with a liquid eyeshadow, and we could bring that across. There's a lot of different things we could do. Let's see, what do we want to do? That's too much. Okay. This is nice and maroony, kind of bronzy. How about that one? No, it's a different kind of bronze. Ooh, what about this one? Ooh, that looks nice. What about this one? This looks like a little too brown. It's not quite copper enough, and this is too copper. I'm kind of tossed between these two. Which one? Let's swatch them on my arm. Now I know you're like, yeah, you ain't fitting to put another color. I'm thinking about using this as a liquid eyeliner, like to do a wing. So I'm trying to figure out which one would I like to use as a wing. Oh yeah, that's like a real deep berry. Which one? Should I use this one, the top one, Well, this bottom one. This one seems to be on the purple side. That's the one by Shop Missa. This one seems to be more on the like maroon side. The top. Okay, I see Auntie Yaya said the top. Okay, let's go with that one. If it don't work, I'm gonna post on my thing that Auntie Yaya is the person who told me to use that color. So if you don't like it, you have to take it up with her. Oh, wait a minute. Now I gotta hold up now. Wait a minute. What about this one? Hold on a second, honey. No, that's more like a just a brown. I thought I had one that was like almost on the. What about this one? This looks good. Hold on. Hold on. What about this one? I know you like, I can't even see that. I don't know. It seems closer to this than this one. Mm. This seems so like deep, like it's like another color scheme. And this one seems closer to this bronze color right here. That's why I'm thinking about going with this one. Because it seems so close to that color. I'm going to go with this. Sorry, cuz. But this one seems real far from the color scheme. We'll see. If I don't like it, I can go back to it. I hope there's color coming out of this sucker. Yeah, I like this one way better because it matches with the bronzes on my eyes. Okay, let's see what happens when I take it all the way in. Okay. This part right here is hard because I don't think this thing is scraping the edges good. Look at that. That's crazy. That is quite nice. Y'all see this part? I'm sorry, y'all. These are $1. These are from Shop Missa. They have a lot of different colors, and they're just $1. What'd you say? I keep looking up just when the person finished talking. Ooh, it looks so pretty. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. This is like, mm. It's mascara time. Okay. This is the CoverGirl Exhibitionist Mascara. I keep trying to tell y'all about this mascara. What the children say? They say it is lit. It's lit. Let's curl the eyelashes a little bit. Just a little bit. That's good. I'm sorry if that was out of frame. Forgive me. I know y'all like, girl, we can't see what you're doing. How are we supposed to get ready with you if we can't see you? I'm sorry I'm so quiet, but I'm focused. Too Faced, Better Than Sex. Mm-mm. Yes, Lord. My Maybelline Lash Sensational. Oh my gosh. Look at that, y'all. Woo! Okay, I need a little blush in my life right now. We're going to use the Black Radiance Artisan Color Baked Blush. This is in the color Toasted Almond. One of my favorite drugstore blushes. Gonna use this brush here. This is not the same, it's the same kind of brush as the bronzer brush, but it's not the same exact brush that I use. And I'm just gonna sweep up. Just to get us a little more fresher color right there. I'm going to reproduce this weekend. All right, honey. Setting up your classroom. You setting up your classroom for the little kiddies? Okay, we're gonna go to some more bronzing. This is the Milani Intense Bronzer Glow. Okay, you can use your fingers with this. that's, I'm trying to show you what it looks like on my hand. It's kind of, I don't know, for a lack of word. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest. It's kind of difficult to apply this. You need a brush that's dense enough. Um, and I think that's what I need to find is a dense kind of brush that's gonna pick up. I think this might work. I'm not really all that excited about this. Doesn't really look that great on texture. Not to me anyway. Hmm. I'm seriously debating taking this back. It does not. Mm, it may need to be used with a sponge. Maybe that's what's the deal with that. I don't know. Let's try it and see because I'm so close to taking it back. Oh, look at the little fingernail marks I put in this sponge. Lord. Oh, that might be it. Yeah. You have to use this with a damp sponge. That's what it is. That's exactly what that is. Okay. All right. Maybe I'll keep it. Now for the lip. So we're going to be really simple. I know you're like, no, you're not. You always say that. You never do a simple lip. I'm going to do one right now. This is the lip pencil by Nika K, and it's in the color Cocoa. Now I'm going to use Mahogany by MAC Cosmetics. Now I need a little bit of Mamacita. Not Mamacita, Mama Star. Mama Star. Um, I just love when people call me Mama Star. Here's Mama Star by MAC Cosmetics. And now Cedar Later by Wet n Wild's their High Shine lipstick. And a little bit of topper will be Trusty Golden Glaze by Bare Minerals. Y'all, I think this is it. Get that extra. Now we're going to spray the face. We're going to give it a little bit of this Cover FX illuminating, just a tiny bit. All right, bye-bye, cuz. Thanks for hanging in. Just a little bit of that. Now with the Smashbox Primer Spray. Honey. And now this Hard Candy Long Wear Setting Spray. It's the pink and black. Now we're going to resituate the gale a little bit better. Put some earrings in. I guess I'll use these hoop ones. They might be a bit too much. We'll see. Okay, y'all. The queen is here. Do we like? Do we like? Yes, we like. So that wraps it up for this. Make sure I'm not getting lipstick on my teeth. Hold on. That's a good trick. Sometimes you gotta do it a couple times. Okay. That wraps it up for the retro series using the Tartiest Pro along with some other things, both old and new. I hope you enjoyed this one. I want you ladies in the comments or on my Instagram to put what older palettes you would like me to do the next retro series from. This was requested by one of my beauty babies. I think Nikki requested it or Shoe Slayer requested it. I can't remember, but one of you beauty babies did request that, so I did get that done for you with some extra drama from the Jelly Much Shadows with Color Pop. So yeah, that's it. So I love y'all, and I will see you in the next live video. Now let me see if I can turn this thing off again. I think all I have to do is press the square right here. Oh.